Hello, my little hackmons. Today we're gonna do some Halloween online shopping in weird places that you probably would never expect to see Halloween stuff in. And I don't mean things like Home Depot or TJ Maxx that have a reputation already in the Halloween community. So let's see if we find any hidden gems, or if Halloween lovers don't talk about these places for a reason. First up is IKEA. I like IKEA. It's not really my personal style. It's a little too minimalist for my taste, but I like going there because of all the fun displays and their stuff is pretty cheap. Obviously, IKEA's Halloween stuff is very kid-friendly, which is not necessarily a bad thing. I think the best way to judge decorations is to put them in context in a room or a yard, and whoever did this photo shoot did a really great job because it all looks great together. Even if I don't think the individual items are that great. There are a few standouts though that I think people of any age might like. This wreath is simple, cool, and it lights up in purple. And it's really versatile for a lot of popular Halloween themes like witches or dark forests. And for a Halloween wreath, it is very cheap. I suppose you could also customize it with little pieces from places like Michael's or Joann's if you wanted. There's a tree too, but it lights up in a sort of warm orange where it could be used any time of the year. But I do wish it was in purple too. Also, this weird little bat cushion, I have never seen anything like it before, but it's kind of cute. Their selection is pretty small, I'm not a huge fan of the style, and these are probably the least scary decorations you can think of. I can see how it can be endearing to people with little kids though. Next, we're going to be heading over to Macy's. Macy's is a little overpriced most of the time, but you can find some cute stuff here and there. Also, they still have the Toys R Us inside, which is pretty awesome. P.S. If you're a Ghostbusters or Monster High fan, always check the Toys R Us section there. So first thing we see is these stupid "this is my costume" t-shirts that get really oddly specific, but surprisingly, it gets better. They've got some pretty cool tees from more adult properties like Ghostbusters and Halloween. I really like this Monsters Inc. one too. I'm really bummed that my standout item pick is one that I can't even wear myself, but it's this skeleton suit costume for young boys. This is so cool. It's a really simple idea, but executed very well. My favorite part is that the tie is actually the spine. I really like this and hope that I can find an adult men's costume that's similar. Their selection's a little bit worse than IKEA because Macy's mainly has t-shirts. They don't really have themselves a style, and I'll just put them 1 point scarier because they have Halloween t-shirts. Now we're doing Forever 21, which I liked a lot more when I was younger, and now I can occasionally find a little accessory that I like. For some weird reason, most of it is Sanrio stuff, and it's mostly in that type of costume where it's just a t-shirt and a little tutu, which I hate because it feels very lazy and also very much like a little girl's costume when it's trying to market to teenagers. Also, this one originally sells for $60, which I think is way overpriced for a t-shirt and tutu. Even at the $30 sale, I think that's pushing it. This skeleton bodysuit is not something I would personally wear, but I think it looks really cool. Our standout item here is this goth girl dress. Now, I personally don't really like dressing up as a person in a subculture for Halloween. Depending on the way you go about it, it can come across as a bit mocking, but this seems to clearly be based on Wednesday, and obviously they can't say Wednesday for copyright reasons, so this gets a pass. It's very pretty, and the knife hair clip accessory is super cute. At the original price of $65, I'd say you can probably find a better official Wednesday costume, but at $26, if you just want a fun little cheap goth dress, it's not that bad. Selection and style have got to be the worst out of the three we've reviewed so far, and scariness, I feel like it also kind of means edginess in this context, which I think that skeleton bodysuit and the Wednesday dress just push it a little higher than its competitors. I've never set foot into an actual Cracker Barrel store before, but I really like their brand of sharp cheddar cheese. The standout item is the first thing you see at the top of the page, and it is these gorgeous LED statues. The Black Ghost is my personal favorite, but I think they're all really cool. They also come as Christmas tree ornaments. I love to see more horror-themed Christmas decorations, so I'm here for that. Apart from that, it's mostly just very family-oriented stuff again. Get a lot of cute, wholesome decorations, some kids' costumes, cute plushies. But I like that they at least have something here for the adult Halloween fans. Cracker Barrel has a much bigger selection than the other ones. The style is quite charming, and those statues are very creepy. If they were life-size, 10 out of 10. Ashley Furniture, once again, they are very family-oriented. I'm kind of starting to notice a theme here. Now I kind of wish I did a pricing category because some of these prices are completely out of line. There are still a couple interesting things here, like this frame with a witch popping out of it, and this weird sign that says unwelcome. I kind of dig it actually, it very much gives me mascot horror vibes. This is pretty cool if your theme is like a twisted version of something familiar, or if you just like neon. Standout item is this metal tree silhouette. I really like silhouettes, and I think this one's quite nice. It comes in at around 5 feet, which is a little bit lower than the average person, and since it's sort of big and made of metal, the price could be a lot worse than it actually is. They've got a fairly okay selection. Style is a bit generic, but a couple things stood out to me. Scariness, again, on the lower end of the spectrum. Last and not least, we have Tractor Supply Company, which has a massive selection for some reason. I saw this giant skeleton chicken on my Instagram. I think it's so stupid looking. Not only is it a giant chicken skeleton, but it feels like they're trying to copy the Home Depot giant skeleton that everyone loves so much. They've got classics such as the banjo skeletons and the yard witches, popular inflatables, but most importantly, animatronics. Unfortunately, they do not have video of what their animatronics actually do, so we're just going by picture alone and just pretending they're just standing decorations. They're all under a brand called Haunted Hill Farm, which I don't think I've ever heard of before. Maybe this is Tractor Supply's own Halloween brand, which was not on my Halloween bingo card this year. I quite like a lot of the animatronics, but my favorite is this witch. Not only do they have a super creepy face, but apparently it has a strobe light. The trick-or-treaters are gonna be messed up from this. Like I said, we don't know what these animatronics actually do, but the prices seem very reasonable for animatronics. I never thought I would say this, but Tractor Supply Co. has all these other stores completely outmatched in terms of their Halloween stuff. I will definitely have to find one of these stores and show you guys what it's all about. Thank you all so much for watching. Remember that the Halloween season never ends, it's just everyone else is preparing for it now.